crazy funk music there. See, this is so strange, man. It's not the genre that I picked. Like, I never pick funk. See that funk right there? I don't play funk, dude. I play deep house. It's all about deep house. Disco, soft house, deep house. Sleep it off. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. I'm Clark. I borrowed this song, this from Crypto Lark. My name's Lark. I'm the Crypto Lark. How's everybody going? My name's Crypto Lark. And today we're going to go over, I got rid of the glasses. I now have a nice, I have nice, I put in the contact lenses. And, I clean myself up. I used to look like a nerd. Now I put on nice clothes. And I look way different than I used to be because I got money. I finally have money. I used to be a nerd with no money. Now I actually have money. You can clearly see I have money now. And women like me. And, I don't wear glasses anymore. And I wear nice shirts. I still wear the nice shirts, though. Shout out to Clark. Shout out to Lark Davis, man. I love you, man. Just a shout out to you, man. That's all. You know what? Eminem came into the rap space. He made fun of people and stuff. And it's like, there's got to be someone to have a little fun with everybody. Like, why can't do we all have to be so uptight all the time? You know what I'm saying? So just something to think about. Sleep it off, baby. Sleep it off. That's the name of the track here. And that's what you have to do sometimes after a long night. If you were in college, you know what I'm talking about. I don't do it anymore. We have some things to talk about. Sorry for my trader group. My setting was off on this 200 yesterday. I greatly apologize. And I have to eat that. So it is what it is. I had two different settings and somehow it got tweaked. Can't explain, but anyway. 200-day moving average is holding the price action right here. This is the gateway to the bull and the bear market. You get above the 200 on the 4 hour. You begin a bull market. You have to stay above it, though, for a good amount of time. That's what we're looking at here on the charts today. That's what we're watching. Are you out there? Are you feeling good? How you doing? Do you got your lemon in your hand? Do you got your water in the other hand? Are you putting the lemon into the water? Are you making your water alkalinity so that when it, does a chemical reaction with your metabolism, you're going to alkaline the body? Did you work out today? Do you feel fit? Are you fit in the arms? I feel fit in the arms. You see that? You can see my arms. They look fit. I feel fit in the shoulders. My shoulders are tight and right. I feel good in the pecs. My pecs are nice. Are you working out every single day? Are you breathing in? Can you see your veins? Are you vascular? Who cares how you look? Are you vascular? Are you ready to go? That's what it is. Are you taking care of the mind, body, and soul every single day? I know most of my lifers are. Cheers to you. Let's chug up that lemon water. Shout out to the lifers on the live every single morning, baby. Can we get a yes, baby? Can we get motivated to change our lives, baby? Yes! 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 So I just had to yell away from the mic. I'm just feeling it, baby. Feeling it. Shout out to each and every one of you for jumping on in. And thank you so much for being here. Let's take a big sip of the lemon water, baby. They say energy is infectious, and I'm full of the energy, baby. Full, ready to go to knock out that market maker. We're going to short or long, whatever we got to do. And we got the Fed meeting tomorrow. We got a lot coming at us. It's going to be a crazy week for sure. Late July, baby. Late July. We've been waiting for late July. Christmas in July, right? That's what we all say. Ooh, that's kind of cool how this shirt kind of sure does something with the filter there. Let's have a great day. Love the energy. Shout out to Paul Mello Nick. Shout out to Jacob Cannon. Shout out to all the moderators in the game. Not a lot of mods in the game tonight. Funny, shout out to a Dingo 8 My Satoshi. Look, there's no mods here today. Just mods disappeared on us? That's kind of weird, right? Shout out to Jacob Cannon. Shout out to everybody here on the live. We have one moderator here. That's so weird. Usually we have Love Learning. We have Philippe. Philippe's here too. Shout out to Philippe. Shout out to Zero Allegiance. Good morning. And to the rest of the lifers around the world, shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate each and every one of you. And we've been banging on them. It's been an intense couple of days. So I have some charts here that I'm going to show you that I have planned. Look, I'm going to just, you might want to, I got some things. You have no idea what I got planned for you if you're new. If you're old, you've probably seen some of them. But if you're new, you've never seen, we're about to break down. We're going to show you something absolutely amazing in the charts. 20,087 for Bitcoin. So right now, trend analysis is at hand. All right. So this is the trend. Look, you have a trend here. And you could come to this trend easily, without a doubt in my mind. You could almost say like this, you could almost be like that is a trend line too. It's interesting. We broke out, we broke back in, we could get tight again and then continue to break to the upside. I've seen this pattern a few times actually in the last few months. It's an ascending triangle that breaks out early, comes back into itself, but eventually just fulfills the ascending triangle anyway. These are called broken patterns that still play. Now, everyone can show you patterns. Anyone can be like, oh yeah, here's a pattern. Because they can go to the pattern list and just, but who could show you what has happened in real time? Who could show you what they've actually seen? The lifer. Why? Because I go live every single day without a day off. We've been doing this every single day, twice yesterday. Okay? And I traveled yesterday. Most people would have taken time off because they traveled. I was like, you know what? I was back in my home studio and I wanted to feel comfy again. Also, I'll tell you the real reason why I live streamed. You want to, number one, there was a Bitcoin dump. Number one. Number two, I put up my monitors, right? And I had taken down my top 2 monitors for about a month because I was doing other things. So I had taken down my top 2 monitors, right? So look, I'll show you the screen and we'll look at it again. Look, I got my replica Scottish flock or whatever you want to call it. I'll have to look at it again. I got my lemon waters. I was trying a different mount pad this morning, office phone, and everything here, picture of me when I was a little kid, of course, and then we got the 6 monitors. It's ready to go, surrounded by the lighting with the green screen in the background. Unbelievable. So, and I'll post that I like to post that to, I post that to the Discord because I just want to show you guys on the live stream, what I'm dealing with. And I started with a laptop and, a screen and a hope and a dream, baby. Old microphone that I got from years ago, right? So look, let's break it down with this nice jazzy music in the background. Not too bad. 414 viewers on the live, 175 likes. It would be great if we got those likes up to the viewers. You know how YouTube works. You know how it works, everybody. Don't make me beg for the likes unless you like watching me beg. Please, pretty, please, please. Anyway, so check it out. The ladies love that, didn't they? No, I'm just joking around. All right, let's take a look at this stochastics RSI here. That needs to flip bullishly. Eventually, you're going to get a move to the upside. I mean, it doesn't stay pinned for that long. Eventually, you're going to get a move. How high the move is the case. We have heavy resistance for Bitcoin there, but that's not what I want to talk about right now. I just want to talk about this idea. We have a low. We have a higher high. We have a higher low. We have a higher high. We have a higher low. We have a higher high. We have a higher low. And obviously, look, this was a shifty higher low. They were even. This low is way higher. This high is way higher. This low is way higher. We're starting to expand. Price action is starting to expand, in my humble opinion. So what does that mean? Well, it means that there could be an expansion in price again, meaning the yo-yo is unfolding. So the next high could be a higher high yet again. The low could be a higher low. We're looking for these types of confirmations. So we would love a higher high above. So the next high, when we go up on this 4 hour. So this is how you know if we're going to be bearish or not. It's pretty simple. The 4 hour will reset at one point. We don't know when, but it will. And don't worry about time. It's more about structure. As a trader, everyone's worried about how long, how time. Forget time. Throw time out the window. Worry about structure. Worry about when certain things, if this level, if that level. The more you trade, the more you realize time doesn't exist. I mean, but you're on a time frame. I get it. You're on the daily, the 4 hour, but you don't stay strict to the time. All right. You don't stay strict to the time. You look at structure at all times. All right. Structure at all times. All right. Also, I keep telling you, whenever you stay above the 200-day on the 4 hour, that's how you begin a bull market. I can show you this just to prove it to you. If a lot of people are new, they're like, what does he mean? Well, look, the last time we got above the 200 right here, we had this beautiful move, but we're right here right now. Look, we're right there. Right now, we're right here. Can we hold or are we going to fall below? We fall below, we're going to dump. We stay above it, we're going to pump. It's pretty simple. So I'd be looking for a bearish retest. We could ride the bottom of the 200 like so. See? Bearishly retest it and dump to the downside. Try to get to it again, dump to the downside. Every time. But look, once we get above it, we're gone. Sayonara, senorita. Look at that bounce. Boom, 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 boom. We're right here again. We're kind of right here. But right now we're on it. We're actually on it. Like we're kind of back. Yeah, we're like right there. So this has happened 1-2 times before. You can see every time we lose it bad. Here we try to break above it. We got barely above it, but we could not hold or sustain the move. Now, if that's not enough for you, because that's just the recent past, right here, look. On this day, July 24th of 2021, we would get above this level. And boom, we would be gone above the 200-day moving average. All right? Look when we went below it on the 4 hour. Specifically the 4 hour. The daily is also substantial, but it happens first on the 4 hours. So the 4 hours is my go-to for this indication. And, you know, other people may show you other time frames. I'm all about this 4 hour and the 200 on the 4 hour. It's important. So we do not want a candle to close below the 200-day moving average, 200 week, whatever you want to call it, 4 hour, you don't want a candle to close below this yellow line. You close below this, which is happening right now at 20,875. We would like a bounce off this node, please, to the upside. I got some work we could look at in a second, but that's what we're looking at, all right? If you go to my groups here, I got a group waiting on us. Where's group 2? And so this is what we have. And look, now I don't have to draw my lines. I have it waiting with my groups. So look, we have major support right here that I've placed in with the end of the bigger nodes at 19K. So that's the first thing we're going to talk about. Also, if we have this moving uptrend line, which I've drawn 2 of them now, so I can get rid of one of them. This trend line has to hold. We could come even lower and bounce. So I wouldn't be surprised if we bounce off 20,300. Okay, if they milk us even more to the downside. All right, but at the end of the day, and now we're sitting at support too right now at about 21,000. Right, so 21,000 holds. We get a big move to the upside on the 4 hour. The 4 hour does have this measured move here. You see this? We swing that to the upside and it gives us a measured move to my circled zone. 24% gains for Bitcoin to 26,700. That would be a higher high. All right. Again, what am I doing here? You can highlight everything and then put it in a nice little group. And then you can turn the groups on and off nice and easily. So you can kind of see 2 different perspectives whenever you want. See that? It's beautiful. You can even turn off the MAs right now, I love just looking at price action clean. So, at the end of the day, we're still making a higher high than this high, which is a bullish sign. You make a lower low, fine. I'll turn into a bear. But right now, as a trend analysis, I do trend analysis. I'm a heavy trend analysis trader. So up, down, low, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low. End of the day, you can't argue with me. You can't argue with anybody. That's a higher low. All right. And you got support right there with that notch, and you got support right there with that notch. Okay. Bounce. Expect 2 bounces off this area or lower, 19,500. So I'm not a bear. I'm just strictly not going to turn into a bear until I see a lower low. You see a lower low, fine. I'm done. You stick a fork in me, it's a wrap city. All right. One thing that I also talk about that no one else does. This is for you, Jordan. Sammy Cup and Hattie to the upside. And so if we look at it, we could be still making this beautiful cup and handle. The handle is higher than the cup. It's an emerging cup and handle. And the measured move, write this down, Jordan, just in case, make sure you write this down, because I know you're out there watching right now for your show, because you got to be ready for you don't know you got to be like, well, what is he saying, Because you certainly watch my show. I have not watched your show in a long time. Well, look, 26,669. I mean, if I were you, I would watch my show. I mean, we make gains every single day. I'd be like, damn, how do they do it? Anyway, so look, 26,669, even just for my elite traders, just for what could leak through, you never know, I got a crew of people that are nailing the charts, doing damage every single day. MACD wants to turn to you, and this is what I keep showing that no one else really talks about as well. Because I'm a divergence trader and I live and die by my hidden. That is Class C. That's Class C hidden bullish divergence at this point. That's flat. That's an uptrend. It tells you that the trend will continue to the upside, and you will make a higher high, higher than the previous high. I've played this many times, and it's played out. Look, we did it here because the candles closed on an uptrend, but here they were downtrending. And I even remember saying it was slight hidden bullish. It was very slight, but it still played out. Still played out. That was also, if you remember correctly, a cup and handle that blasted to the upside. See that? Cup and handle to the upside. So we're looking at an emerging cup and handle possibly for Bitcoin. This level holds, we could see some action. Let's zoom into the smaller time frame, shall we now? We've spent enough time on that 4 hour, but I've talked about so much. I've talked about the 200-day moving average on the 4 hour time frame, still propping price to the upside here. Sorry. Still propping price up right there. My yellow line here. See that? And we're below it now, but we haven't closed the candle. This candle closes in 1 hour, 29 minutes. So in the next hour and 29 minutes, it would be nice if this candle... Now, if this candle closes below, I will change my tune. We could bounce back above, but it will begin to create the zone that we're dropping to the downside. And we're likely to go even lower, possibly to 19K or to the low volume node, right? But that's your most I'm just giving you your hopium, your bullish hopium for the day, okay? That we could still be in a bit of an emerging cup and handle. There's a chance this is not over yet. And look, you can grab this, right-click this, hit create your group, call it the cup and handle, and then we can just get rid of that. And we don't have to look at that nonsense ever again. We can close that on up, and then we can flip back our other one. That just makes more sense to us. And we can watch, right? And replace this trend line here. So because the trend is the way it is, I mean, that's a broadening wedge. You're likely to come down here to 20,320. You know, it's just most likely. All right. 1 hour's forming bearish on you. And I got a bear flag here dumping to the downside, and it's already dropping. Measured move for this bear flag is 20,250. So I do believe we're going to drop to the downside. 1 hour's pointing down. It is what it is. All right. Take a look at the 15. The 15 even is pushing down. You could stop here. So the only thing that could stop you is a double bottom here. So can Bitcoin make a bit of a double bottom, break back to the upside on the 15? But then you still got sideways action, and now you have, you know, local resistance at 21,264, that old node. So that's what we're looking at now for BTC. So right now I'm bearish. 1 hour's bearish. I'm bearish on the 1 hour. You know, the 15-minute might fight us and flip us, but for the most part, we're on the measured move down to 20,266. And this is what I was looking at earlier this morning, right? And you can see the 1 hour is pointing to the downside on the stochastics. When you see that flip, you're bear. You got lack of bullish momentum on the MACD. We talk about lack of bearish momentum when you have a small hill. Same thing here. You have a really small green hill. That adds to the bearish tones. So there's no guarantees. I'm not saying anything is guaranteed, but it is very highly probable, 70% chance really, we go to 20,250 before anything else occurs for Bitcoin. So that's my update for Bitcoin. Not looking too great. Let's look at the world markets. Let's see what's affecting Bitcoin. Let's see what's going on for the S&P E-mini futures, ES1. S&P taking the dump to the downside, and look, a bit of a shoulder, head and a shoulder there, as you can see that, right? Yeah, and if you flip that upside down, you'd play that as an inverted, see? So don't tell me it ain't. Shoulder, head and a shoulder to the downside. Measured move, chart your neckline. Your measured move would take the top of the head to the neck here, swing it to the side. Shout out to 500 people on the live, 269 likes. I love 69. I love 269s, but come on now, 500 people on the live. Sorry, being immature. But 271 people on the live. 500 likes. Can we get the likes up to the watchers? It would be super cool. You'd help someone else learn something. You would get some good karma for it, and your life would be enhanced. So if you can, do the right thing. So if we look at the S&P, let's look at the most bullish thing that happened. Well, we were in this downtrend for sure. And we had a low, we had a high. You know, we didn't make a higher high, though. So until the S&P breaks this higher high at 41,077.75, then we aren't making any moves, everybody. And the daily right now is pushing down on you to the downside. So the daily is about to start a massive dump, says the S&P. All right. Let's move this. I just want to see what we're looking at here for the SPAT, the S&SPA. Okay, so at the end of the day, look, daily is pointing down. However, I've seen the daily do crazy loop ups on the. I've seen the Stokes do amazing things. Super, super bullish on the 4 hour, like we're just oversold. So it's just like Bitcoin. It's in the flag, just like Bitcoin is, and it's at the bottom of it. I mean, that's where you like to get in. You don't buy here at the top of flags, you buy at the bottom of a flag. So, again, 4 hours suggest a massive reversal for the S&P. Really, and there's some slight hidden bullish here because that's a high wedge to the upside. And that's more flat zone if we take those two angles, right? And so that is hidden bullish divergence. Tells you the trend will continue to the upside. So even though the rest of the world is bearish on me, and we got the Fed meeting tomorrow, this says that we may get, if the Fed meeting is 0.5 or 0.75, I believe 0.75 is baked in. Baked in means it already happened. Like we can act like price action kind of felt it in, and we see it happen on price action, so we don't have to worry about it. That's what baked in means. All right. So S&P 500 also in a bit of a flag here on the 4-hour time frame. Interesting. This is well above the 200-day moving average on the 4-hour, which is bullish. That's how you begin. You can stay above this. That's a bullish sign too as well, and it's front running. So this is staying above, which means Bitcoin may eventually get a candle close back above it too as well. Right now, the 1-hour wants to push up for the S&P, which actually may reverse Bitcoin. So right now, the S&P is bullish. 4-hour oversold, 1-hour oversold, 15-minute oversold. I expect a bounce for the S&P. I'll tell you what, I open trades when the 1-hour, the 15-minute, and the 4-hour all oversold. It gives me the highest probability of a win rate no matter what I'm trading. Tesla, any stock, any coin, even though I don't trade stocks anymore. But when I use this same style to trade stocks, same thing going on here. All right. So this is bullish to me. Very bullish. Measured move, just the conservative measured move is a breakout. Then I gave you the whole length of the pole here to the upside. That brings the S&P to 4,016. And also it's flagging after it broke out of a big major move here. So it definitely broke out of this flag to the upside. First higher high. And so look, I mean, low, higher high, low, barely a higher low, same low, double bottom, higher high. So the double bottom played out to the upside here. Boom. And I know you don't believe me, but at the end of the day, this was also shabby cup and handy to the upside. You know what? The last time I saw a guy draw this many cup and handles, I was 3 sheets to the wind in Calcutta. But look at that. I mean, I had been assailed by a swan. He had headbutted me and the head knocked me clean out. I got too close to his bird's nest. I had not seen the nest. Had no clue. You know what I'm saying? I sat down on a bench, bent down to tie my shoe. Swan came right up, headbutted me. Dead caught. I got knocked out. I woke up. 5 swans on top of me. I don't know what was going on. It was absolute insanity. So look, I mean, there's a cup and handle that broke out too. And you can see how we get the measured move from wick to wick. And that's how you get it. And whether it is for anyone else or not. My style, now whether anyone adopts this trading style or not, I did, right? So it's like, it's my thing. And you know what? It's kind of like, you kind of want your own special sauce. If you do, it's going to be hard for the market maker to take you out when you're trading in a way no one else is. You get it? Aha. That might have given you an epiphany. You might have just been like, huh. So go your own way. It can only benefit you. Become unique. Go your own way. Start your own show. Do your own thing. Fire your boss and just begin. You know, you might just end up with a trading studio that you absolutely love, like me. I love the studio. No, I built it and I love it. Like I got the replica gun. So ridiculous, right? Got the lemon water. Got all the screens. The picture of you when you're in first grade, you know. Gotta have that. But awesome. And, you know, I finally put my screens back, so I've been super happy about that. Absolutely love the setup. Stand-up desk. You can move it up and down, do whatever you need to do. Got the proper mic. So I'm bullish on the S&P, which makes me bullish on Bitcoin despite... So even no matter what Bitcoin looks like, I don't even care because the S&P looks bullish. You get it? So when the S&P is bullish, I'm bullish on Bitcoin. So I'm expecting a reversal for Bitcoin to the upside. Why? Because the S&P looks bullish. Simple as that. I know it's crazy to think about, and I'm also seeing some hidden bullish on Bitcoin. I've given you my reasoning, right? So despite this bullish move, this bearish move here for Bitcoin, hopefully we can double bottom. We did wick here, and we did wick right here. It's a weak double bottom for sure. But again, it's a double bottom nonetheless. It's so ugly. Ugliest double bottom I've ever seen. But we still double bottom there. So 15-minute is also getting oversold for Bitcoin and attempting to make a move to the upside. Do we have any bullish divergence? And we do. I mean, if we take a look here, we have swing low to swing low here to the downside for the 15-minute, right? See that? Look. Hold on. I just want to be super awesome about it all the time. So look, you have swing down to swing down. You have swing up on the RSI. It tells you that you've hit a bottom. All right, and that's a really strong divergence too. And you've kind of double bottomed here on the wicks, a little lower. You have slightly lower low. It's not a bad sign. We'll get BOOKMAP up and running and take a look too. That tells me we should get a bounce with the oversold stochastic, lack of bearish momentum, and the S&P looking bullish. So right now, I'm expecting a bounce for Bitcoin on this toasty Tuesday. You know, and again, only based on the oscillators, no emotions needed. Just the oscillators are saying, when I see this stuff in the oscillators, I see a bit of a bounce, you know. Look, you even see a Sammy cup and handy. Look, this is a funny thing that I've done before. But you see like a cup and handle right here on the price action, you know. But falling volume with falling price right here at the end there, where the sellers fell off really fast. See how fast we kind of dropped in volume. So we could get a nice move back to the upside here for Bitcoin. All right. And that's what we're looking at. Resistance at 20,900 right now, though we got to get back above 20,009. All right. Hold up. Sorry. 20. We'll say 21K. It was 20,990. 996. 21,000. Like, we don't break back above 21,000. Nothing's happening at all. All right. We do have a bit of a wedge here. It's not perfect, but you got something to go on. It's ugly, though. Can the 15 minutes save the day? Can the 1 hour flip back up? And can the 4 hour begin to eventually do some business? You know. S&P says yes. That's the only reason I'm saying this, is because of the S&P. I want to make it very clear. One day they will decouple. But right now I'm going off the SPY, the ES1, because, I mean, you're bent to the ground on the 15. You're bent to the ground on the 1 hour. You're bent to the ground on the 4 hour. I mean, that's just, and you're in a beautiful flag. And look, resistance, that's an SR flip. You're about to bounce off the previous resistance. If you don't know, if you're not using support and resistance in conjunction with divergences, in conjunction with your moving averages, you know, there's a whole, because, you know, I remember I was watching Frankie Candles yesterday, and he's like, oh, he's a pattern trader. People want to call me a pattern trader with Sammy Cup and Handle. There's so much, you know what? I'm so intricate as a trader that unless you sat and watched me every day, you would have no clue what kind of trader I am. Dead on. No clue, because you'd be like, well, you'd have no idea. No idea at all. You know what I'm saying? And I'm about to make a huge buy for Bitcoin. I'm about to buy a whole Bitcoin live on camera. About to get it ready one day. I'm going to need a VPN to do it, or I'm going to, you know, maybe I'll transfer my USDT and that's what I'll do. But I'm pretty close to buying an entire BTC, and I'll do it live. Why is that? Well, I can't say out loud what's going to happen, but I have a feeling, you know, I got some indicators that are showing me that the bottom is in for Bitcoin, and I got to trust them. The last time I didn't trust them, it hurt me bad, so I'm willing to open up. So if we get the likes all the way to 500, which we need today, and we got 200 people, 217 people or whatever, we get the likes up to 500. I'm going to show you 2-3 charts. One chart I've only shown one time, like 4 months ago. And it's an indicator that no one else has ever shown. Only my team has actually shown it to me. Shout out to Dingo. But it's an amazing indicator, and it's not even an indicator. It is an indicator, but it's a type of way to set up your indicators that could change the way you trade for your life. And it's something to show you on Bitcoin that we may use 4 or 5 years from now again to find another bottom. It's never been wrong about bottoms too as well. And it's not the pi cycle. It's something different. So I want to show you it's something completely different. If we get the likes up to 500, I'm going to blow your mind and give you guys a bit of a gem here that I haven't shown on the channel ever. So that's something that you may want to jump in on. All right. Shout out to everybody on the chat. Thank you for jumping on in. 4-day golden cross. Nope. That's what Steve said. No. It's better than that. But that's pretty cool. We can look at that. I was buying like a madman under 20K. Me too, man. Morning, Hoey. Those shorts are above 30, doing well. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Awesome. Yeah. If you try and put Sam's trading style in a box, you need a bigger box for him and a smaller box for yourself. Shout out to Jamie. Much more nuance to your trading style. Yeah, it's not as simple as pattern trading. No. If Bitcoin goes up, which altcoin should I invest in? Whatever one makes you happy, that you do your own research and that you found to like. Don't ever ask a YouTuber what to invest in. Worst thing you could ever do. All right? Don't do that. I will never tell you what to do. Lifer, have a look at the 3LS indicator. Lifer is the best. 3-line strike. Interesting. Give you a beautiful buy right there. Okay. Told you not to sell the ES1 yet, so it's still telling you to be bullish. See, I like when you see indicators like this that it's still telling you to be bullish. I have no idea what this indicator does. I'll have to research it. Thank you. 400 likes on me. Thank you so much. We're on our way to 500. We get to 500. We get to show something amazing on the stream, so I'm super excited. I cannot wait. I know we're going to get there. We get there every single day. We're going to do it again. We're going to do it again and again. Oh, you want smoke? We going to spend. Spend again. You know what I'm saying? Let's take a look at the DXY. People don't even know what that means. It's funny. Oh, you want smoke? We going to spend. Spend again. Jim Jones, Migos. Yo, so look. That was a cup and handle we talked about on the on the. You know, look at this Sammy cup and handy there, and look, we hit the measured move of the cup and handle. People like to make fun of it, Jordan, all these other people, but if you look at it every day, I mean, we hit the measured move, did we not? We came so close for the Dow Jones. Dow is now not looking too good, but the S&P I found is more coupled to Bitcoin than the Dow Jones. So the Dow Jones could struggle, S&P could still pump. We could have some backward movement here. Right now, the 1 hour wants to pump for the Dow, though, so we should have a bullish Tuesday for the Dow Jones Industrial. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Let's group this stuff and clean it up. I love the new groups. I like doing group trading. Sounded wrong, right? I like doing group trading. No, it's right. I wouldn't do that. I'm a godly man. Create a group of drawings. So let's take a look at what we see here in the Dow Jizones. It didn't sound right. The Dow Jones. The Jiziones. So look at this here. Making a bit of a tight pennant here on the 1 hour time frame. Getting tight. It is a shoulder, head and a shoulder, but 32% chance we squeak out of that. And I like what I'm seeing here. So the Dow actually looking quite bullish for the day for the 1 hour. 4 hours not in our favor, but let's just take care of the 1 hour now and we can get to something, the 4 hour later. If the Dow can get above the zone, and look, this sends the Dow back to its previous resistance point. Interesting, right? Let's take a look at the Dow on the daily time frame. And so the S&P broke out, right? Is the S&P front running the Dow Jones? Yeah, the Dow Jones broke out too, technically. Look at that. I mean, you have the breakout. And just like this, I have both of these patterns here on the S&P too. See, you had this wedge. You kind of broke out of that wedge. You have diagonal. And these are fibs. These are diagonal fib lines that you can't see, but they're there. I like your 2-bar setup. Thanks, man. Come get a 2-bar, bro. Yeah, and I put it right here. It's a good place to put it. Nice and neat, as if it was supposed to be there. The market's always bottom before the economy does. A lot of people hate on patterns. It's no less valid than the mean reversion or Elliott wave, etc. Everything is kind of silly. Shout out to Subculture. Big Red on Bookmap at 21,000. Yeah, don't worry about that. They could pull it on or off, though. It's more. I'd be more worried about candles closing below moving averages than anything else at one point, You get certain candles closing above certain moving averages, that's going to create an issue. So, like, I don't get why they just stick funk in a house music setting. I don't listen to funk music like that. I'm sorry to anyone who does. It's just not my thing. Just not my thing, all right? So we've showed you that we're bullish here. Bitcoin beginning to try to push up. I'm bullish on Bitcoin right now on the 15-minute based on this double bottom and based on the bullish divergence. So that's it. I've said my case. I'm bullish for Bitcoin. However, to get to the resistance points here, 21,174 and 20,260. At that point, we must break above. We must get candles closing above this movement If we had a candle close above this resistance here, okay then. So we take it I take everything one step at a time. I look at my probability, then I look at the next resistance, and I say, well, the probability will get us to that resistance, then we're going to have to break through there, and then we can make our next decision, you know. Shout out to Andy Smith with Sexy Chart Beats. I reckon we on for a dump, don't want it, but geopolitics says so. Danny D is back, buy the dip and let it rip. My man, shout out to Danny D Bull. Jamie, props. I've seen people declare something doesn't work after 3 falls. A Sam Freestyle would make that funk beat, though. Shout out to George Smallwood. Thank you. Smallwood, that's a funny last name, right? Like, that's hard as a kid, right? Like, hi, my name's Sammy Smallwood. Girls look at you like, you're like, no, it's just my last name. Subtitle with Bitcoin because more tech stocks than Dow. Yeah, exactly. I sold all my Bitcoin to buy a bull to put on my farm. That I sold for Bitcoin. You're funny, right? People, you will be super surprised when you see what Sam hides under his sleeves. Jokes and AAAs you've never imagined before. What are AAAs? Russia and triple entendres, maybe. Yeah. I'm expecting a pump for Bitcoin on the 15-minute and on the S&P. Just awaiting it. It's getting ready. So that's what I'm saying. That's my prediction for the day. Okay? A move for Mr. Bitty Bitcoin. All right? Look, I mean, you're overbought on the short, and you probably have bearish div on the short. You do. Swing up to swing up and swing down to swing down. I mean, you should get these confirmations, affirmations, whatever you want to call them. But you mean, if you're about to go bull and you see bullish divergence, then you should see bearish the other way. And you do. So that's a good sign as well for Bitcoin. All right. All right. How we doing on those likes? Did we get to 500? 430. Come on now. Let's get to 500 likes, everybody. On our way to 500 likes. I know we can do it. I know we can do it. If you do it, I'm going to show you something that's going to blow your mind. I'm telling you, it's going to blow your mind. It blows my mind every time I look at it. And I really want to look at it, so don't make me not look at it and have to do it like on my private screen share or something like that. I want to do it here live with the group. So help me help you. Let's get it in. If you're jogging, just stop jogging for a second. Hit that like button. If you're in the car, pull over for a split second. Look at your phone. Hit that like button. If you're a mechanic and you're working on cars, I get it. You might be listening to me on the phone at work. Just say you have to go to the bathroom. Go to the bathroom. Hit that like button in the bathroom real quick. It's not that hard on the phone. You know, here's the brand new iPhone 13 or one of them. It's not that hard. All you got to do is flip it to the side. Nail the button, you know, then flip it vertically. Like button will come on. Flip it back. You're ready to go. So you'll be there. You'll get it. Have no fear. The lifer is here. All right. 470. We're getting very, very close. This is BookMap. All these beautiful colors here. What is BookMap? BookMap shows you, it's basically an API to multiple exchanges. And it's able to feed data to show me where the actual orders are being placed. Then it gives you a heat map and shows you where the biggest orders are and aren't. Then it puts a color on where price action is likely to go. When it's high bright in this area, you have more liquidity. 20,600, 20,008. That's a node that we've talked about many, many times. If you don't know what I mean, let me show you the node while we get to 500 likes. Only a few more people, and we're going to get to the node. So we get back to BTC USDT here on the Binance chart. It's my favorite chart. It has the most liquidity, looks the best. So we go back to this chart, right? And what we're going to show you is going to show you a VPVR pulled sidesway from the back end. And you're going to see these two big nodes sticking out here, right? And they've changed slightly, but they're pretty similar. We came out here with the big node here, all the way from 21,000 to about 20,800. Then this node sticks out, and it starts from about 20,007 all the way down to about 20,005 where it tapers off. But look, poignant. Look, they're right here. You can see them here too, you know. So you can pull the VP, you can see the sandwiched VPVR. People call it two different things. If you look at it here and you want to get this indicator, you can just do what I just did here and drag it from the back. It's quick and fast, down and dirty. Or you can have it on the screen at all times by actually adding the indicator. Two different ways to add the indicator. Okay? Learn something new every single day here. 8 more people to get the likes up to 500. And that's going to get us all the way to this crazy idea that I'm about to show you. Shout out to Dingo for giving me the idea. I haven't looked at it, but I woke up this morning. I said, I'm going to get this ready for the stream. Spend an extra 15 minutes preparing these charts for you too as well. So send a like in for the time that we put in for the live to help you, to get you going, to keep you guys organized and ready. All right. We want to make sure you have a good handle on the markets. We want to give you your information. That's why we showed you the S&P. We're not done yet. We're going to show you total too. We got a lot. 503 likes on the live. We did it. 581 people. I knew we were going to do it. I told you it was happening. Shout out to Cointelegraph. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Community-initiated Bitcoin stack chain exceeds 160K in 1 week. It's pretty good. We're going to look at some news in a second, too. All right. Let's jump on into what I promised. Okay, so I want you to go up to indicators. I want you to add the 5MA indicator. All right? Go up to indicators. Type in 5MA. All right? Right here. By Inlander. Once you click on that, all right? Once you click on that, it's going to add the 5MA to your chart. All right? It's going to be the 21, the 50, the 80, the 100. No, it's going to be the 9, the 50, the 100, the 150, and the 200. You want to click on that. And you're going to change this input to 21 day if you want and these are my settings now. You want to change the colors if you want to yellow and all that fun stuff. All right? Yellow for the 200, blue for the 100, purple, pink for the 80, and then red for the 50, and white. I like white for the 21-day moving average, right? And change that to a 21. Then you'll have the 5MA. You can also just go up here and type in CBC 5MA DRS. It's going to give you 5 moving averages ready to go. All right. I have them here as 5MA as well. Same scenario, right? Now, bear with me here. This will blow your mind. And you just need to make sure they're there. And they're there. If you turn yours off, they should be exactly the same. See that? That's how you know you're doing it right. Anyway, let's go back in time. Then you're going to go to indicators too, and you're going to type in MA. All right? And you're going to type in moving average. You're going to click 1. You're just going to get 1 moving average. All right? It's going to be the 800. All right? And you're going to add the 8. Well, actually, it's going to give you the 9. It always gives you the 9. You're going to go to length, and you're going to put in 800 here. All right? Now you have the 21, the 50, the 80, the 100, and the 200-day moving average, as well as the 800-day moving average. All right? So check it out. Let's go way back in time, shall we? Let's take a look at Bitcoin. And let's talk about a story here back in the day. Shout out to the 500 likes that got us to this point. Thank you so much. I wanted to reveal this, but not without enough people watching. All right? Share this on socials. Get this out to the world. Let people know that you saw this here on the cryptolifer channel. Only here on the cryptolifer channel. And no, we didn't steal this from Steve. And no, we didn't take this from someone else. This came from my community, my own set of analysts and people that dive into the charts on a daily basis. So look, we had a bottom here for Bitcoin, right? Back in 2015. The bottom was at about the price of $165. All right? Just something to think about, right? Right off the bat. All right. So what happened here? Well, the 800 would cross the 50. It would cross the 100. And eventually would cross the 200-day. After we crossed the 200-day, things would start to round out. And we definitely had already hit a bit of a bottom for Bitcoin. Now, we would have this crazy wick, whatever that happened, kind of a, it might have been a swan event or whatever. We did have a crazy bottom that went slightly to the same point, if not a slightly lower. All right? Just something to think about. But we do say that this was the bottom when the 800-day moving average crossed the 100 and the 50-day right here. All right? That was basically the bottom. All right? Let's fast forward in time. Bear with me now. Don't go nowhere. We can turn off the VP down for that. Stay with me now. This is heavy analysis. I spent days doing this alone in a room, in a dark room, alone. But look, here we go again. Take a big look at this here, and we see the 800 crosses the 21. Then it crosses the 50. Then it crosses the 100, which is right here, sorry. Crosses the 100 right here. After it crosses the 200, we have already begun to round out our bottom. And we are on our way, all right? Just like last time, to the upside. That was our bottom when we crossed the 50 there, all right? So just something to think about. That's again in 2019. All right. Where are we now? Are you getting excited? Maybe. Look, the pandemic had a bit of a blast. And look, right here, we crossed again a little bit on a little bit of a loop. And that was another close bottom to this dump. It attempted to call the bottom here too. Black Swan event, okay. But then it told you that the bottom was in again. Every time this crosses basically the 50, didn't get it close enough to the 100 because the Black Swan was so kind of offset. But it still gave you that confidence that it was time. Okay? So where are we now? Hold your breath. But look at this. I mean, it couldn't be more beautiful. The 800-day crossing the 50 at the bottom. Basically, or right before the bottom. Then crossing the 100 after we hit the bottom, just like all the other times. We have this low and then starting to round out. I mean, who's not getting goosebumps right now? It's eerily similar to all the other times. Also, the daily's hitting the 21-day moving average. Usually go a little lower and then you're gone. Usually don't go much further away than that. So you're getting like close to a bounce, in my humble opinion. Now, it does look a lot like this move here. We could be getting a dip to the downside, and I have some other bearish tones. I'm open-minded that we could go to 10K. I'm open-minded. I'm going to leave enough money on the sidelines for $10,000, $7,000. All right. So that's just something, you know, we have to go over by this. And again, by the time you hit the 200, it's usually over, man. It's over. The pain is over. And you're starting to find, you're starting to find a bottom. So this is big to me. We've been watching this closely as a team. It occurred as suggested. And I picked up on this. I've been watching it very, very closely. And it's just something that I don't see on any other channel, any other place. And you can only get it here at the cryptolifer show. So this is amazing. I find it pretty awesome. And it does suggest that we have hit a bit of a bottom here. Even if we dip all the way back to 18K, 19K, we could go to 18.5. You know, we can come back to these. And we have strong support here. Look, bounce. I mean, we have strong support, and we have a little support right there on the daily. So it's not all bad, right? We got strong support at 20,500 basically. Not too far from where we're at, where these candles closed at this middle W area. And we have support actually right where we're at on the daily. I don't know why I'm like so tight in there, right? So we still could bounce. 20K is still support at the present moment. Again, remember, low, high, higher low, higher high. That's a higher low. All we need is the daily to close higher than this previous low to have an uptrend. So everyone's freaking out. We need to just remain calm. Take a deep breath and look at the facts. Now, someone said Steve has a 4-day. Steve likes to do the, he says there's a 4-day. We could call it a 3-day. Did the 3-day have a golden cross? I mean, let's see here. Steve has like the 4-day golden cross or something. That's what he's been saying. Interesting, different things, right? Another thing is when we get really far away, the 21 and the 200, you tend to snap back. I mean, they don't get, when they get far apart on a downtrend, they tend to snap back. They usually don't get too far apart. Look at when we had this massive dump of the 3-day time frame. Look how far the 21 got for the 200. And eventually that was your bottom too. Right now, look how far away the 21 is from the 200. Whenever the 200 and the 21 are super far apart, if you're trading this way, you get out, right? I teach that. Same way here, if you're trading upside down, usually you're going to get a bounce. Here, they weren't that far apart when we dumped. Here, they were just getting far apart. Now they're getting really extended. It's just unlikely you're going to keep pulling the 21 away from the 200-day moving average. It just doesn't happen. There's not enough price action to do that. You get it? Basically, this is logarithmic price action. So many people come through the world and put money into Bitcoin, and it moves, and it gets momentum as moves. And then all these oscillators are based on the relative strength of those moves. And then you backtest those theories. And so that's what the moving average are telling you. You're telling you, we can't really go much lower. Where's the money in the world going? We can't go much higher. Where's the money? Bitcoin has a range eventually, where it eventually has been found by how many times it's been pushed and pulled by how much money has been put into it. I hope I'm making sense to you. I'm trying to explain it in an ethereal sense. Like my mind has a pretty good hold on it, but it's hard to convey exactly what I mean. I hope you know what I'm saying. Because the oscillators take the relative strength, and the relative strength is how much money comes from the world. it can figure out how much lower we can really go. And if you don't have the money to go lower, then you just don't have the money. All right? Look, very close to the 800 was a bottom there on the Black Swan. All right? And like, look, we're like as close as you can get to the 800-day moving average. So some signs for a bounce for Bitcoin, in my humble opinion. Some big signs for a bounce. Also, S&P looking very bullish today. So I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin bounces. I'm just telling you, actually, it's likely we're going to see a bounce based on all the work that I've just done on all these different oscillators and things that I'm looking at. All right? But again, I could be wrong, and anything is possible. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance, and I say it every single day. I'm going to throw one more loop at you, and that's the Pi Cycle bottom. And I'm a Pi Cycle guy. I put out a video calling the Pi Cycle top, telling you that we would top highly likely when the Pi Cycle crossed. It called a perfect top right there, the first top. Exactly when to get out. I mean, we had a higher high, but that was a beautiful top, and it could have been the end of the market. You know what I'm saying? So when we look at the Pi Cycle right now, we can clearly see that we had a bottom here, Pi Cycle bottom, and it's calling a bottom again. You know, we actually just had the cross. We were waiting for it. We finally got it. Let me move this. We finally got it right there on the 13th of July. So it's been a week now that the bottom's been in for Bitcoin. So, you know, 74% of agencies feel under-equipped for crypto investigations reports. Under-equipped for crypto investigation report. That's funny. Japan Ministry of Economy launches Web3 policy office. It's pretty awesome. Community-initiated Bitcoin stack chain exceeds 160K. All right. Sentiment and inflation factors putting pressure on Bitcoin price. Solana said to be more decentralized than people think, but there's more. Texas, a Bitcoin hotspot, even as heat waves affect crypto miners. TikTok data policy debacle. Is users' crypto at risk? Why Alice Tapscott quit his high-paying job to write a book about Bitcoin. Of course he did. I mean, smart move, right? Bitcoin mining to harness on-site natural gas emissions. ARK Invest. Solana eyes 40% jump in August despite long-term bearish signals. 2/3 open a Web3 career for its potential and flexibility. 2/3 open to a Web3 career for its potential and flexibility in a survey. Official explains why China CBDC should not be anonymous as cash. And Season 8 of Top Blockchain Game about to drop following community's first ever governance vote. IMF recession warns sees Bitcoin dump under 21K. Please. And fresh $1 million Bitcoin price forecast. Look at that. $1 million for Bitcoin. So today, we've gone over some macro signals that Bitcoin is looking bullish behind the scenes while everyone else is bugging out. We have macro signals that Bitcoin is looking bullish. All right. So just these are signs we must heed. So we thank you so much for being here today. That was awesome. We're not done yet. We're going to jump into the alts now. We're going to have some fun. We're going to take a look at the total market cap of all of cryptocurrency as well. All right. So here are our zones. Let's take a look here. What we had drawn, what's going on, where we went from there. So look, funny, look at this. I drew this and I said we could wiggle and break out. If not, we're going to drop down to this area. I said we could make an M and drop to the downside. How funny is that? My measured move was right there and I circled it to $935 billion. And we're at $934.6 billion. I mean, pretty spot on, right? So also it's the 21-day moving average. Coincidence? I don't think so. The daily's a little lower than Bitcoin, which is a good sign too. And we could curve back up. We could be getting a higher low on the stochastics. Anything could occur. RSI still pointing to the downside. That is a Bart Simpson for sure. We're back at support now. Look at this. We have strong support in the zone. If we move this down, shrink it a little bit. Because this is where these candles closed right here, and this candle bounced. So we're bouncing off previous support now. $935 billion, right? A little bit below. So what do I see happening? Well, the daily is still pushing to the downside. 4 hours just extremely oversold like the rest of the market. And like I'm showing you, we have hidden bullish. And hidden bullish really can get you out of any jam when you notice it and you can play it when no one else notices it. It's got me out of so many sticky situations. It's probably the most used indicator for me personally that I've made the most money on in my whole life. Of any indicator that I've ever used, It's hidden bullish divergence that I've used more than ever. Hidden bullish, I'm telling you right now. Let's get a big sip of that lemon water. Get yourself hydrated. It's going to be a hot one today. I don't care where you are, Oregon to Florida to Boston. We above 90 degrees almost every single day lately. This is a heat wave that I don't really remember a heat wave like this every single day in the 90s. Shout out to each and every one of you for being here. That is hidden bullish divergence. If you didn't know, now you do. Now it's hard to recognize. You'd have to experiment with hidden for years, the way I did, to figure out whether that is or not. And that takes time. And you just can't, you're not going to become a divergence expert overnight. It's going to take some time. All right. And again, just like Bitcoin, we're talking about this possibly being a fallen wedge. And, could we break out of that? That's a tight wedge that definitely wants to break back to the upside. Bounce off the 200-day moving average. You're above the 200. That is bullish. Not even bouncing near it. You're a little further above it than on Bitcoin. So that's a bullish sign to me. Again, the uptrend, the higher high, you're making a higher low. The node that you're at right here could get a bounce. So everyone's bearish based on the nasty dip we had. But that's Sunday night into Monday. Every single time we get these fake out, and then we get fake reversals on Monday. Monday is the worst day to trade. I stay away from trading Sunday night into Monday morning. I trade if I have to. But honestly, it's the worst time to trade. You will find yourself losing money if you continuously like to trade Sunday night into Monday. They're going to mess with the price. The emotions are going to be high. And honestly, everyone's emotions are off. And that affects everyone in the world. So it's like you're going to feel that uneasiness. And it's just not fun to trade that way. It really isn't, You got to get out to Boise, Sam. I'll check it out. Micah Ford, I'll check out Boise, bro. I see bulls in the forest. Check sun activity. It affects weather and the temp here. The most solar activity we've had in a long time. A Dad's Life show. Thank you, man. 66 and rainy in northern Minnesota. Oof, I would love 66 and rainy right now. Dude, Boise is a strange place. Shout out to Kevin Baker. Great energy, bro. You truly care about your crypto community. You look like a cross Max Scherzer and Bradley Cooper. I'm way better looking than Bradley Cooper. Why not? Hey, man, whatever you guys want to say I am. It is what it is, Sydney, Australia. Daniel K. freezing LO 90s here in Arizona, pushing over 100. Yep. So I see a bounce here, too. I do. I see a bounce coming for the total market cap off of $935 billion. $1 billion just snuck in behind the door there, right? We're at 94.4, and we're back to 95.2, 93.52. So look, the 1 hour is coming on down, but could get a nice bounce. The RSI is extremely oversold. Finally, it's been a while since you've been this low. Time for a move. 15 minutes oversold as well, pushing to the upside with momentum. MACD about to get across, and we have the bullish divergence that I showed you on Bitcoin. So I'm expecting a bounce here. How high is the question? We're sad to say we have resistance at $950 billion. So until we get above $950 billion, I'm not going to be a bull. So we got to get above this range here. We got to get above that zone. That's it. We don't get above 950 billion. It is what it is. We have a lot of momentum brewing up. We have multiple time frames ready to rock. So, yo, Lifer, can you do the SPX? It seems like driving Bitcoin's moves. We already did that, man. It was 104 in Kansas, bro. Lifer, you need to buy a ranch in Kansas. Show me the one, man. Send me some links. Bitcoin 25x long, easy. Lifer, you're funny. Lifer is humanity's gangster, trader who loves God. Shout out to Kevin Baker. I love you, man. Well, God got me here. God gave me everything I have. Shout out to Calder Ronster. We went over the SPX with the ES1. It's the same thing. I'll rewind, brother. Shout out to Cube J. Thank you, Cub J. Anytime, Cub. There you go, Cubby. I love you, brother. So, look, we have the strong bullish divergence of the 15. Swing up to swing up, swing down there. 1 hour even has a little bit of bullish divergence there. So, starting to shine. I'm expecting a bounce. I am. The clarity is here. I see it so clear. Some days, the charts are clear. Some days it's not so clear. After a massive dump, I expect to pop. Divergence. But again, I trade as if anything could happen at any given moment. We must get above this move here. We must get above $950 billion. So remember that. What is this? The total market cap of all of cryptocurrencies. Okay. So look, we had total, and this was in a beautiful bull pennant. Waited for it to come down. It would have to hold this trend line, and we would collapse to the downside. Now remember to recycle these lines, because if you throw them away, they go to the landfill, the TradingView landfill, and then you got little TradingView turtles, little TradingView fish, and they eat this stuff, and you don't want that. So I just see how I just recycled my white lines. Recycle your TradingView lines if you can. Don't just go throwing them all around. If you can recycle them, recycle them. Don't hurt the TradingView fish. All right, don't hurt the TradingView animals in the little TradingView world. Okay? Recycle your TradingView lines if you can. Please, just be nice to the TradingView animals. All right? If that went over your head, let me know. If you get what I'm saying, put your thumbs up. Shout out to God, everybody. God, thank you so much for everything you've given me. Thank you for all the beautiful people in the live. I know you've provided each and every one of them for me to be here, or for us to be here together in a way, And, God, thank you for this life. You've produced such a dreamlike state. And it feels like heaven on earth when you do the right thing. And, I'm a family man. I'm there with my kids, and I'm there for my trading group. There's really nothing else that I do. And I help my parents out whenever I can and do the right thing. And so that's life, baby. There's a high. Temps are bad. We are slowly losing a lot of land that is suitable to growing food. Record high temps in UK last 2 weeks. Climate change. Baby. Shout out to chemistry, my man. I found you on BitBoy live stream, and your speech spoke volumes to me when you said 30K to 30 million. But my brother, I have a small mining LLC, and we drive for ups life grinders. Love you, man. Keep it up. Anytime, man. Anytime. Thanks for the lifer community. Shout out to that like button. Amen, lifer. Shout out to Wen Dizzle. Join the Discord, everybody. What are your thoughts on that move turning into a large M pattern, even if we do get the breakout? Oh, of course. I mean, anything could happen. I mean, you're just stating an obvious, you could make a giant M to the downside. For sure. But I think there's no need. I mean, that I like doing that. Don't mind. It's that's and I probably have drawn that. But again, I mean, because once we pump, we're gonna have to get above this resistance. That's the same thing of what I just said here too. And that's why small time frames will teach you big time frames. And you can move in and out and in and out. Look at this. See this M? We had an M here. You couldn't get above the zone if you can't. And so you could say the same thing here. So you made it high. And you're like, if you don't make it above this high, you're coming to the downside. Same thing here. You made it high. If you don't get above this high, you're coming to the downside. See how the small time frames teach you the big time frames? It's all one in the same. All right? It really is. It's all one in the same. We all one in the same. You're really thinking we go, I don't think, man. I don't know why you guys keep saying that think word. You really thinking we're going to 11K? Anything is possible. I'm open-minded to believe that all right, I'm going to say this one last time, and I say it every single day of my life. Trading. If you're a trader, you're like in the field, and the market makers are like the enemy, and they're trying to get you. You're a little guy in the field. They're trying to get you, and you're running through the field. Market makers are shooting down on you. They got planes on you. If you knew how you were going to get taken out of the game in the army, then it would be easy to take you out. Oh, they're never going to shoot at my feet, so I'm just going to put my feet, so that whatever. Oh, they'll never shoot at my head. They're going to hit me in the back, so I'm going to lean against a tree, and then someone's going to shoot. The whole point of the story is if you believe what is going to happen to you, then how are you going to protect yourself from what could happen to you? So if you don't believe that Bitcoin could go to 11K, then how can you protect yourself if it does? How do you have a plan if it does? So you must believe it can go there. You must believe that. You must believe it can go to 11, and you must believe it can go to 100K this year. You have to be open-minded for both of these scenarios as the funk music tries to take me down again. But and I don't think anything, my man. And you shouldn't say believe, think, or feel, but I'm open-minded to the concept that Bitcoin may go to 11K. You have to be open-minded for that. That comes with years of trading. You become better and better at keeping your mind open to any possibility, because you know what? So many times you thought price was going to do this. You thought something was going to happen, and you were wrong. And eventually you mature. And once you mature as a trader, basically for survival, your brain's like, no, don't do that, Sammy. The last time you said this was going to happen, this has to be, So you don't want to commit to false beliefs. you want to look at the charts. Like right now, we have bullish divergence forming on the 1 hour. Swing down to swing down and swing up to swing up. That's a strong indication we could get a move to the upside, right? We have bullish divergence on the 15. Doesn't guarantee anything. It guarantees we could get a pop. At the end of the day, nothing is bullish unless we get above, right? $369 billion for the altcoins. This is the altcoin total market cap. Total 3. All right. All right. Now we can take a look at tether dominance as well. Tether dominance of the 15, trying to make a bit of a flag and couple. On the 1 hour, it's actually trying to pump 2 as well, which is strange. Also could mean people are pumping in because Bitcoin's they're getting ready to get into Bitcoin. So, but look at the 4 hour. Tether dominance is cooked. It did break out. We wanted it to break to the downside. It broke out, but it's at resistance now. And it's below this high volume node. We'd like to see this dump to the downside. So maybe a little push up, maybe a little bit of sideways action. But then we can get a rejection here back to the bottom of the pattern for tether dominance. So that's also looking like we could get a move. Shout out to Stanford Mine Co. LLC for being a grinder, baby. Thank you for the $4.99, man. I love you. Appreciate each and every one of you for coming on in. Thank you. Super Chat $6.99 in Super Chat. Send in a Super Chat if you want me to do a deep dive, go over a coin, talk about a concept, or even just break down something in technical analysis that doesn't make sense to you. How to set up an indicator, how to bring up something. Please, by all means, get educated. Use the Super Chats to ask for education. It's right there. Grinding is the way to go. There's no way to go but to grind, baby, every single day. As we grind 700 people on the live, 593 likes. Thank you so much for being here. We went over the Pi cycle bottom. We talked about the 800-day moving average moving through the price action. We did a lot today. We broke it down in its entirety. I hope you liked it. I had a blast. I mean, that was so much fun, wasn't it? Deep diving on the Bitcoins. And now we even talked about highly likely that the S&P is bullish and Bitcoin could get a bit of a push. Bitcoin's been hovering at 20,007. Why didn't it dump? We also, on top of that, give you BOOKMAP, which costs you $100 a month or whatnot, $80 a month. You do get a discount if you use my link below. No other discount as big as the one I get. So definitely, if you want BOOKMAP, it's the place to go. So we got some liquidations here, but not a lot. And that's another good thing. We want to clear out the liquidations. This weekend, there were so many liquidations. They were just like going through them. You want to kind of lower the liquidations, get the and this shows you how many orders are on the order book here. We do have more orders down at 20,500, suggesting we will go down to this heat. So before we pump or anything happens, it is looking like we may get a dump to 20,500 on the BOOKMAP heat map. So just something to think about. All right. Shout out to the 701 people on the live, 692, 600 likes. Wow, unbelievable. Big day on the live. So look, there's Bitcoin going to grab that liquidity. All right. Is what it is. It's in a bear flag. Measured move would take you down to 20,642. Could actually be even a little bigger here. And there it goes, baby. 7 minute wants to dump on you. Yeah, still coming down. And that's the BOOKMAP liquidity. They're jumping in there. And you could see longs getting liquidated. We should watch some longs get liquidated here. We do. And they're dipping their toes down into the pool. And you just liquidated $3,000 worth of longs. $15,000 worth of longs, 11 accounts. So I can show you how many accounts got liquidated and for how much money. Okay? Likely they dip a little bit lower to the 20,500 area on the heat map. Can we catch? Can we catch? Honestly, the bullish divergence in the 7 minute, even though BOOKMAP wants to drag us lower and I see the liquidity, I'm still saying that we may hold this 20,800 level. 20,800 was big support. If you remember, that was a big area we couldn't get above. We finally broke through it. 20,800. If you remember, that was our high node for a long time. Remember? Right here. We had like boomed up here, came back down, couldn't get above. We made this high here. Where was it? Right there. Right there. So 20,008 got rejected. 20,008 got rejected. Here we kind of beefed up to 21,002. We kept hitting the same area, 20,005, 20,800. The 800s have been you know, these psychological drop-offs, because, I mean, they can't go to 500 every time. They're going to pick some other number, right? 1 hour getting ready to offset. I mean, there's strong bullish divergence now on the 1 hour. Telling you, you're going to get a bounce. So the fact that we defended 20,007 so well is interesting to me. It really is. It's weird. Even though the market feels bearish, the indicators are telling me a bounce to the upside is coming. So I'm still holding a bounce. I don't believe we're going to go down to 20,005, even though BookMap suggests we will. Looks like they just went as low as they could right now. Like they're exploring how much they can pull out. The bulls are jumping on in a little harder than you would expect. Crypto will change your life. Follow the Lifer Spice. Shout out to Joe. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in to the live. So I'm making a call here based on my indicators. So I don't say I think, I feel, I believe, but I make calls based on my indicators. A bounce to the upside. They're gonna play with this liquidity zone. Maybe they dip us quickly and bring us back up. They do dip us. We're going to 20,579. But they're defying the divergence. I'm going to watch this price action right now, live. Look at this. You got strong divergence in the 1 minute trying to form too. 1 minute saying, no. I'm going to fight you here. You're not going any lower. Interesting. This guy's a full sell, 16,500. I would never do that. Not on divergence, man. That would be the worst decision you ever do. See this guy, he said sell. Let's take a look. If you had sold every time the 50-minute got this low, right? Look, you had sold right here. It bounced all the way back up. Would have been a bad sell, right? So right there, not a good look. You would have sold right here. It pumped up. Not a good sell, right? You would have sold down here, pumped up both times. You would have sold here, went sideways and up. You would have sold here, went up. Here it went up. Here it went up. So not good sells. So you would want to wait for the price action to be at least high on the stochastics 80% of the time. It's not always 100% though. So anything is possible. There's the dump easy. The measured move is waiting right here. We do have a double bottom. See, we wick to here, so we could hit this wick. Oh, there it is. BookMap says we're going to 20,005. That's what BookMap says. Maybe even 400. 450 area now. You can see there's more liquidity down here than up here, so you have to go test the liquidity. It's that simple. It's like, where would you fish? You would fish where there were more fish. Your fish finder's telling you there's more fish down there. I'm just watching these divergences fight each other right now on the live. This is live price action dumping as we speak. But again, I believe we're going to get a push to the upside. I like to buy into red candles. You know what I'm saying? I like to buy into red candles. I'd start a long position for Bitcoin now because you got to buy red, right? So look, I'll start a Bitcoin long position right now in front of everybody long, right? Again, don't do what I do, please. Do your own due diligence. It has to match your own trading style. And I could be 100% wrong here. I just want to make that really clear. That's why I'm going to start my position with $500. I want it to be a $3,000 to $5,000 position, but I'm going to start it small with $500. And then I'm going to slowly add to the position, all right? I'm just going to open up a long on Bitcoin 3L because I like to buy into wicks. I like to buy into this type of divergence here. Yeah, 7-minute low. I mean, this is where I like to get in. Or these moving averages. This is where it tells me I have to get in. So we're going to limit in here for $500 into Bitcoin 3L. Make sure I'm in the right asset. USDT, Bitcoin 3L. Yeah. All right. And there's just strong divergence. So I'm going in. Smart trading it for 500 USDT. The ask is 4106. Yeah. So I'll do 4111. Create the trade. I'm just building a position right now. If it starts to lose, then I'm just going to leave the position. But I'm beginning to build a position here in Bitcoin. I'm longing Bitcoin on leverage. Just 3x leverage on a 3L token on KuCoin. And everyone's like, but you don't lose leverage. I don't use liquidation leverage. I can't get liquidated on this leverage that I'm using right now. and watch Bitcoin dump to the downside. Anything could happen. I'm not guaranteeing that I'm right. If I was right 100% of the time, then I would be a liar. And most of my, no one's right 100% of the time. It just doesn't happen like that. But I do know to buy into the red candles. I know the red candles are when I want to be opening positions. The green candles are when I want to be closing positions. If I buy into the red candle, it's usually a good look for me. Okay? So specifically with divergence on the 7 and the 15 minute. So I'm beginning to open up a position live here in front of everybody. A lot of things you won't see everyone else do. You won't see the pinpoint time where they actually open a position. This is where I would open a position right here, right now. And this is what I wanted for years. I used to watch trader after trader after trader. I'd even watch they'd be like, oh, here's my position. But they never show me when they got in, and they never show me their actual live strategy. I give away my strategy live, exactly what I'm doing, how I'm doing it. Again, my strategy also comes from years of watching the market and having a notion of kind of what's going on. So even if you watch this live, it'll be hard for you to recreate it exactly because you're gonna have to put time in the market. Everybody wants trading gains and trading knowledge, but they don't want to put time in the market. I'm here every single day at my stand-up desk, ready to go, baby. And I can teach you consistency. I can teach you how to show up every single day. That's how you're going to get the money. That's how you're going to get the special sauce. That's how it works. Okay? That's how it works, everybody. And I am in the position, just to make it clear, some people actually open it but don't open it. It's open right now, down $1. Down what? 33%, down 0.33%, right? Of course it was. Super chats are open. Can you check Pond, baby? Time in the market beats timing the market. Lifer, thanks for all your hard work and dedication. And also, thanks for teaching me new things every day. Just want to say I appreciate you. Shout out to Adam Delgado. We love you, brother. I got a nice entry on the ETH long. Super chats, ACH, 20% pump more gas. Ethereum Classic, possible massive gains after the merge. Do you think we will have big wicks tomorrow with the whales before Powell talks? Oh, definitely. It sounds like you were saying with enough time in the market, thinking actually does become part of the TA. Well, it's not thinking, not really thinking. It's because you've seen the TA so many times. You see what I'm saying? This could dump. I could be 100% wrong. Look at this going down. Watch this dump all the way to the downside. BOOKMAP does suggest they want to grab more liquidity down there. You know what I'm saying? I'm just playing the odds that we're going to bounce off the divergence. But anything is possible. People sold to tether up and see how the announcement go, and then they will redeploy after. Yeah, I mean, most of my money is tethered up too as well. Like, see, I just opened up that's a small, $500 small short. I'm not trying to lose more than 40 to 50 bucks. You see? To feel out the market. Best TA there is. Thank you. Anytime, man. Let's take a look at the ES1. Little bit of a dump there. Slight small. But honestly, it's still in the pattern, technically, right? Look at that. That's still pattern trading 101. It was a shoulder, head and a shoulder that came to the downside, though. Measured move. Pretty much the measured move there. I'd still expect a bounce, man. They got it right before they pump. They got to shred. They got to get people out of the trade. So right before a big pump, you're going to see red action, every single time. Look at that wick that just got bought back up that we missed. That was the entry right there on the wick. Bring. Right? I mean, beautiful. Wicks usually mean buy pressure. If you're buying into a wick, it's usually a good sign. And we're battling this area here. Something's going on. You can feel it. It's brewing. For sure. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. And you must zoom out too. Don't get caught on the 15 and the 1 hour. I mean, we swing trade for money. But in the bigger idea, we're always looking at the bigger idea that's possible, right? So if we look at Bitcoin dominance, look at this thing. It wants the pump of the weekly hard. The last few times it got low in the weekly and pump, we had huge moves for Bitcoin. So we've been able to time a lot of the big Bitcoin moves with big Bitcoin dominance moves. And Bitcoin dominance about to blast to the upside again too. This is also a very bullish sign for Bitcoin. And people starting to get more into Bitcoin more and more. So super chats are open. Please send in the super chats for TA and deep dive. Super chats ACH. Let's take a look at Alchemy Pay. Alchemy Pay. Wow, we never got that retest for Alchemy Pay. Let's see here. It really went that high recently. That's pretty awesome that it went pretty close to an, you know, its all-time high not too long ago. That's a scam wick though, right? I mean, actually that's all, that's on the KuCoin chart. So it was new on KuCoin. Different if we look at it on like the Coinbase. I'm going to look at it on the Coinbase chart just because it has some more price action behind it. Alchemy Pay for USD, all right? We're going to look at the weekly chart. Yeah, I'm about to say, it never made it back there. I didn't know enough about the coins. So it's in a horrible falling wedge. Can it make its way back to its all-time highs? Anything is possible. There's a chance. The daily is very oversold. So that's a good sign compared to a lot of other coins. All right. It's also in a bit of a cup and handle there. There's a cup with a handle there, and you got a falling wedge touching the moving averages. It's another good sign. If you make your support or resistance, you got resistance, and support here coming into play. So you're approaching a range. And you wicked right to that same range right there. So that's a support area. I'd like to see that support hold. Pretty sweet. You do have a big measured move out of this. A move to the upside here. I feel a sneeze coming on. I hope it doesn't come, but I feel it coming. How do you stop a sneeze from happening? That's the question. We broke 600 likes. If we break 22,000, we will go more lower. 2,000. We will go more lower. Sounds like you're from Belarus. Only pure manipulation can bring us lower, LOL. Someone locked the doors. You know what? Won't go down, aluminum. Push your tongue to the roof of your mouth. Could you TA Mana Man? Send in a super chat, bro. You can't. Open eyes and pull your nose down. KuCoin primarily, their website will give you lots of information about the fees. Say pineapple. It's bad luck. Don't do it. Just sneeze. You're funny. Shout out to Mark Pelra. Why would anyone stop a sneeze? They feel so good. Breathe double time when it came. Someone told me you say pineapple 3 times. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't for me. Look up and say purple elephant. Purple elephant. I just sent some in my SuperChat. It actually disappeared the second I did the purple elephant. That's so weird. Yo, it disappeared immediately. That's so strange. I immediately didn't have to sneeze. Look, it's not happening. I was going to sneeze hard. It's gone now. It could happen. 2,000 likes for this kind of video. It's still low. You are being humble. Thank you, man. What changes your BOOKMAP hook to? Binance futures. I'm ready to buy at lower prices. It's the second best feeling next to boom boom. That's what some people say that. That's what people say, but I don't know. I bought the wick. I don't know about you guys. I bought into that wick. Let's see if it was a good look. You never know. Oh, it's coming back now. Hey, no purple elephant over here. Didn't happen. Not happening. So, you know, my exchange on aluminum is great. They give me cash and don't take any. You're funny. We have bad heat waves in Chicago in the 90s. Waiting on the maker to drop some more. Super chats. Ethereum Classic. Bless you. I sent it in my super chat, but I think it was sent separately in my chat. What exchange do you use? KuCoin mainly. I sold all my Bitcoin for Flonase. You're funny, man. Head and shoulders on 1 minute. Let's go. Inverted or a real one? A slight little inverted head and shoulder, right? Yeah, an inverted head and shoulder there on the 1 minute time frame. Can that push us to the upside? Again, I don't want you guys spending time on the 1 minute time frame. I really don't. I'm a swing trader. I like my 4 hour, my 1 hour. But that isn't, we're trying to find price action on smaller time frames to see how it can be a catalyst to the bigger ones. Purple elephant, that brings back horrible memories. Yikes. I used my local scrapyard. They hooked me up with dollars. I need to get some USDC out of my ledger into KuCoin. Hey, man, do whatever you got to do. Pump incoming. I'm feeling bullish on the sneezy. Yeah. KuCoin won't let me use here in the U.S. Yes, it will. Just pick a different place, man. Just get savvy. I can't tell you what to do. Just figure it out. Long before Fed meeting. I'll wait. But you have a long more money than me. Nobody. How do you know that? Yeah, man, 1 minute is tough, but over time, I understand why traders take a look their time and time. In the USA, using Coup, no VPN, yes, you can. Yeah, all the time, every single day. Like, back to Alchemy Pay. So it had that wick to the upside here on the daily chart. Came back down. Let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame. Wow, 4 hours not in your favor. About to dump on you, and you got resistance here. So, yikes. It's not a good sign. It suggests that you may go lower. So what you'd have to do is draw kind of a bearish flag here, kind of push it up. You need a double bottom here, but the 4-hour pointing to the downside, not a good sign. And just getting started. 1 hour coming on down, so you're looking for a double bottom on Alchemy Pay. I don't like this project a lot, and you're looking for a double bottom or more downside to this next resistance support area. Fed rate hike has high likelihood it'll give us short-term dip, then a bump. Just like the last few, they have all had the same reaction recently. 3x is the difference. There was no text in it. What token do you want? KuCoin in Colorado, no VPN aided. Just can't use leverage more than 5. Yeah, don't use more than 5 anyway. Exactly. I have any auction site for aluminum cans starting for $5,000 per can. I know what you're saying. It's too high, but they have more value than Bitcoin. You're funny. Can you look at Phantom 3L? I bought in early at the 0.034. Does it look like we could get back into that zone today? Shout out to Big Ragu. 84, man. Appreciate you, man. Let's take a look at Phantom 3L and see what he's asking about. Phantom 3L. Early at 0.034. Right into this zone here. I get it. So already... And again, none of this is financial advice. Nothing I do and say you should be taken as such. All right? Just going over the charts as we were looking. And so, look, I had this bear flag here that we would drop to the downside. We went right to the target. Pretty interesting. Now we're trying to find the divergence. To me, it's like the end of the road here. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Now, you have heavy resistance here because, look, the bounce and the resistance area at about 38.038. Bitcoin will pump. Everything will pump back to the upside, of course. You do have the bullish divergence on this move. 15-minute, though, is kind of struggling. Slightly sideways action. And some ugly price action, for sure. But you're in a falling wedge that needs to, 68% of the time will break to the upside. We take a look at the 4-hour. And the 4-hour is curving back up. I mean, that's what we're looking at. And it's that bullish divergence for everything. So, like, everything wants to pump. But you got indecision Fed markets. Wouldn't be a day I would be trading an L token. Only Bitcoin would be the only L token I would be trading, personally. But again, do whatever makes you happy. Show me one time we didn't retrace 84% from the cycle top. Exactly. We're going to 20,000. I'll give the video a like if he checks aluminum price per pound. Aluminum price per pound. And aluminum will keep going up, too, with inflation. For sure. I mean, look at it. It's expensive. $1,000 a pound, dude. Dude, that's pretty... And I mean, it's pretty light, so you have to get a lot of it. But that ain't bad. I used to go to the scrap metal places in New York City because we used to have so much scrap metal at my buddy's bike shop. And then we'd fill up his truck. We take it in. They weigh your truck. Then you leave. You come back. And then they weigh what you got, right? You go there and get weighed first. They mark it. Then you go out and get your stuff. You come back. Then they have your license plate. They know what your weight was. And then they add and then they just minus the weight of the car. And then they pay you. Pretty awesome. So you just drive in, hit a thing, write your receipt. And then you just throw it all in a pile and drive away. Scrap metal. Amazing way to make some money. $1,995.04 a pound. Wow. That's awesome. Look at it. It just keeps going up. Copper's going up $3,600 a pound. Dude, cobalt is big deal, though. Cobalt, right? And they're mining that cobalt. Crazy, right? So, So look, we got the bounce so far, but just still kind of flagging out sideways here. No one wants to give us the love. It's funny though, the BOOKMAP guys, they didn't get their move they didn't get that move. The divergence fought them. I mean, I saw how strong the divergence was. It didn't look like we were going to go much lower. We still have the liquidity at 20,005, so it's hanging out there. Something we do have to think about. 644 people on the live, 657 likes. Thank you so much for the love. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Thank you for the super chats. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for the $10 in super chat. Let's super chats. Electroneum Classic, Ethereum Classic, gains after the merge, and Mana. ETC, I don't like to talk about gains after merges and stuff like that. I just look at charts, man. Charts, and more charts. It is what it is for me. This is showing some bullish signs, though. Look at this. I mean, that's in a channel likely to pump back to the top of the channel. Bitcoin's going to pump. The whole market's going to pump. Phantom was recently in one of these. Look, you have a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder there, too. It is a kind of a widening flag, but I could see this pump. This thing moves, man. Oh, it's on the 1 minute. Let me get off the 1 minute chart. Sorry. 1 minute did look bullish, though, didn't it? So let's take a look at this. You get boom, scala boom. You got a falling wedge here that does want to break to the upside. However, the 1 hour is overbought. Approaching that area. So look, I'm going to do this. Look, I see what's happening. I believe. The chart moved on me right as I was swinging it. The chart made another candle. So look, shoulder, head, and a shoulder possibly coming for this to the upside. Ethereum Classic. And bang, right? Can you check Quant? Send in a super chat, please. If Bitcoin pump last bull trap before 17K. I don't say stuff like that. I don't know why everyone says they know where price is going. I find it I feel so bad for priests. Like, oh, this is what's it's going to do. This is the trap before. You don't know. Just be quiet and look at the charts. Stop telling yourself you know where Bitcoin's going. It gets annoying. It gets annoying when people tell me where Bitcoin's going to go. You don't know where Bitcoin's going. Just for once in your life, say, I don't know where Bitcoin's going to go. It's so easy. Relieve yourself from telling yourself you know it all and take a deep breath. Trade the oscillators, trade the probabilities. You have nothing else. Stop playing games. Anything else is emotions. Stop. Please, from someone who's been doing this for 15 years, take some advice for once in your life. Stop telling yourself you know where Bitcoin's going to go. It will not serve you. Trust me. It didn't serve me. It will not serve you. Okay? I was wrong so many times. Don't say you know, ever. Exactly. People just want to be correct. One time for the dopamine hit. They don't care if they're wrong 100 other times. Expectation is bias. Yeah, get rid of the idea that you need that. Look at this double top for Mana, and we did drop to the downside here for the double top. 1 hour still pointing to the downside with momentum down. So you do see the bullish divergence, but you still, I mean, this says you're going lower. Says Mana is headed even lower right down here. You know, despite what Bitcoin's going to do, Mana says it is going to do. You know, it was pumping recently despite the rest of the market. It had a little bit of a surge. You know, I know where Bitcoin is going. It's going to my wallet. I love what he just said. I know nothing except the fact that most crypto influences ignorance. Bond and a big bull flag on the 4 hour. Render token has performed okay. Too many leverage gambles in the space. Cryptolifer. They aren't in it for the long run. My macro published chart for the first peak top is called for a bear crab. I think B target is a must and almost there now. I heard 3,600 a pound for copper, 360 a pound. I was like, what? Yeah, man, 360 a pound, man. Be grateful for every gain. People are going to go into people's houses and start ripping the copper out. People are stealing people's catalyst converters out of cars. You know what I'm saying? In New York City, they're going under people's cars and stealing the catalyst converters. Happened to my brother-in-law recently. To his father. I'm hoping for a pump and also a dump. All the opportunity either way. Exactly. I'm hoping for volatility, baby. Lifer, my mate, knows where it's going. I have no idea where it's going, man. Up or down? What eat Lifer gang? Nice shirt. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Shout out to Michael MMM in the game. Shout out to the 664 likes. Greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for being here. So Mana. I see Mana dropping even lower. But if Bitcoin can pump, it could kind of save the day. And there is some bullish divergence there for Mana. But you're pointing to the downside here. You better hope the 15-minute stops the sauce. But you're also making a little bit of a flag here on the 15. So I don't... That's a bear flag, and I do see some bearish tones for mana. Is what it is. Can the S&P stop the pain? However, it is still bleeding out a little bit, which is interesting. Come on now, S&P. You got divergence. You got some reasons why you shouldn't be doing this. But it's dumping, for sure. Let's put pressure on Bitcoin. But we went over so much stuff for Bitcoin today. Went over the weekly, went over the Pi cycle. We did a lot of deep dives. I longed Bitcoin in front of everybody, right? Based on divergences and some other ideas. But wow, I mean, how much lower can we go? 7 Minute is saying, hey, eventually I'm going to have to push up. You can't push me down forever. I'm going to have to get a V-shaped recovery here, or shoulder ahead and a shoulder back to the upside. The dollar index. Let's take a look at the dollar. I don't think we looked at the dollar yet, which we usually do. So sad to say, look, we looked at this idea here, and we saw that we were at the bottom of a trend, and we said the dollar looks like it's going to pump. And it did. It did pump. You know, 1 hour was low, and we got the pump to the upside for the dollar. Now the dollar made a little bit of a flag, and it's trying to pump again to the upside. 15 minutes actually about to do damage on the dollar for whatever reason. So look at this. The dollar's about to pump. That actually isn't good for Bitcoin. Then we need some bearish divergence for the dollar. So we need the dollar to pump right now and create bearish divvy. You want to project divergence before it even happens. So look, the RSI comes here and comes down. Price action pops up. And so we'll have swing up to swing up. We'll swing down to swing down. And that will be bearish divvy. And the dollar will dump then. Let's look at our bigger time frames. We're in this bigger channel here for the dollar. Up, down, and headed back to the upside. The daily wants to pump hard for the dollar, which is not good for Bitcoin. Unless they pump together for whatever reason, which they've done a few times in the past. Hopefully DXY will make a lower high. Yeah, so we want a lower high or bearish divergence, right? But this is showing a pump coming for DXY, which is not good for Bitcoin. Last time we had a huge pump of the daily like this, it was a nasty drop for Bitcoin. That's Bitcoin to the downside. So that's something we have to look at. So we did say the bottom could be in, and Bitcoin could still drop to 18,000, 19,000. You get it? So just because we're in at the 17.5 bottom doesn't mean we can't go to 18K now, then hang out at 18.5, and you get what I mean? So when I say the bottom's in, people say, oh, that means we're going up today. No, that's not what it means. So even if I believe the bottom's in, and I buy like the bottom's in, but at the end of the day, you can't 100% ever say something is in. There could be a black swan. Could be some type of event you've never thought about. Anything could happen. So you can't just be like, oh, this is guaranteed. You know, Aussie dollar has been in the dumps for 5 months. Can't wait to get the pocket square back. Shout out to Matt Stevens. Semi-cup on the DXY. Yeah, I mean, you can see that too. So the daily wants to move on the DXY. 4 hours overbought. So what we want here is this double top here. We want to hope that we never get above the zone. Rejection. So we're looking for rejection by the 4 hour time frame. To the downside. All right. 4 hour could save the day for all of us. Only a matter of time, though. Only a matter of time. All right. And I tell you, based on BOOKMAP, it does suggest we will go down. Yeah, that didn't hold that 1 minute. Don't trade the 1 minute, please. Every once in a while, it can come in handy in a nasty dump when you got nothing else to go on. But don't take things I do veteran style at the last minute for certain indications as like the go-to, you know. I don't want you on the 1 minute chart. And again, I can't tell you what to do, but I would never put a beginner on the 1 minute chart. A lot of emotions, a lot of pain there. You know, it doesn't bode well. Let's get rid of the divergence here. Just get rid of these other lines so you can see what I'm looking at. And there we have it. The drop down measured move will take you to 20,500. Coincides with BOOKMAP 100%. One more dip, and then I may add another 500 to, you know, I'm just adding to the trade. Do you use fib extensions for profit targets, or is it a dead indicator? I mean, you can use them, but I find measured moves hit just as well. And so I hit so many measured moves without fib extensions. I used to use the fib extension, and then I found that they all kind of lined up with my measured moves. Because the measured move is a fib, because the algorithm is taking an extended move from behind. That was already a fib idea. That came from maybe an extension or a move. So like, once fib was created and pushed into price action, and it's in Bitcoin, so it gets thrown through all the alts, so it becomes an infectious nature. And so in a way, if you're using support and resistance, you're also getting fib action. So almost in a way, the measured move is an extension of the fib. If that doesn't make sense to you, after 10 years of trading, it will, because everything you learn will overlap and the information will kind of intertwine inside of itself, you know? Yeah. So oscillators expect to bounce. You know, market makers pushing for 20,006, 20,400 area. You can see they got the liquidity stacked in the zone. They got a bigger glob here than there. Remember when I said the last few times, when the glob's bigger, we go to it, right? So isn't BOOKMAP nice and fun? Helps you out. I noticed your cup and handle measurement style is one of the fib extensions too. Definitely is a fib extension. Yeah. Hey, can you go short now? You got to do whatever makes you happy. I don't know. You do whatever you think is your trading style. I'll never tell you. Is KuCoin safe? I've been on KuCoin for 5 years. I've never had an issue. At the same time, never put your life savings on an exchange. Always have a backup. You never know. You never know. Super chats. Iris asks, do you use fib extension for profit? Yeah, that's a great question. Thank you so much for that question. Shout out to the $31 in super chats. Thank you so much for being here. Can we know your monthly diet? You look deliciously sharp every day. Shout out to Bung. Well, I don't eat until 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Like I fast every single morning. I try to eat at about, last night I did have 2 cinnamon raisin bagels before I went to bed. I don't know if that's the best idea. With blueberry, with grape jam and cream cheese. But I mean, it was amazing. I also came home late. I was traveling yesterday. Didn't get a lot of good food. I try to eat salads when I can. I try to take care of myself as much as possible. I work out every single day, except for Sunday. I stretch a little bit and take Sundays off. So I don't work out every day, but I work out every single day except for Sunday, and I drink water religiously. I do not drink alcohol. I haven't had a sip of alcohol in over a year. And even before that, I only drank like very socially or here and there. And now I just don't drink at all. So thanks for the extra stream last night. Anytime, man. Brown rice, eating cream cheese, cinnamon bagels every night to look like the lifer. Wow, sounded keto until the sugar and bread. You have to fast for 12 hours after that. Yeah, and that's what I did though. I went to bed at I ate it at 10 and I wake up. The first thing I do is I don't eat anything. First thing I do is my Bitcoin update in the morning. Second thing I do is, scan the market for altcoin gains, go over the gains from the night before. And then I work out with my wife between like 9 and 10 o'clock. Me and her work out together. And then, and then I have my lemon water. First thing I have my first sip of anything with everybody on the live when I have my lemon water. And then, and I have a great night of sleep. I use valerian root for a sleep. I use like a nice oil, a nice herbal oil to go to bed at night. I put it under the tongue every night. Valerian root, St. John, I think it's got valerian root and, what the heck is it? It's got a few different things. But oh my gosh, it'll give you the greatest night of sleep of your life, So yeah. That's what I do. Working out every day and drinking lemon water, I believe, is the key to looking amazing and feeling good every day. How can I reschedule my crypto class for today at 3 p.m.? My dog has cancer and now needs to get to the vet today. Just do it. It's every single week, man. Just come next week, my dude. Cancer is a long-term thing, though. He has to go today. I love my dog, so I'm not trying to be rude, but, he has to go today. You know what I mean? He can't go tomorrow, I'm not trying to be rude. I get it. He has cancer, but I had a dog. I had 2 dogs. They both lived to 13. Broke my heart. So trust me, I'm with you 100%. By all means, and I also go the other way. It's a dog. You love him more than anything else. You can always come to my class anytime, And the class is every single Tuesday. And everyone, I teach class today, don't I? Yeah, today is Tuesday. Wow, I didn't even realize. I didn't even talk about the class today. But I teach class today every single Tuesday from 3 to 5. Jump on into the class. If you can still register up until like 2:30, email cryptolifers@gmail to pay cryptocurrency or PayPal. We take both. If you want to jump into the class, we're ready for you. Jump on in. Anytime you want, jump on in. All right? Okay. And we're still hanging out at that 20,750. You think we would have went lower than that? Like, this is like sideways. This is boring. This is like boring bear action, you know? But we're going to teach the class. What is the class? It's the Beginners to Technical Analysis. I teach you every single thing I know about TA. Basically, in 2 hours, I also give you a 9-point checklist that I use to get into any trade. And most people, after the class, they join the Discord, or most people are in the Discord, and they just want to get more information from the charts. If you take the class, the chart's going to be easier to read, easier to understand, and it's going to be way easier. It's going to fast track you to the homework and things you need to do to get better at trading. So, thank you for that super chat. I appreciate you, man. But yeah, if you want a class, I do teach class every single Tuesday from 3 to 5. Why do I teach the class? It does bring extra income, which is nice, but at the same time, it's really about helping you guys. $99 a month, and $99 for one class. I don't see anyone offering the information that I offer, you know. Bitcoin is priming for a pump or a dump. Been going sideways for the last 15 hours. You're funny. Bitcoin 4-hour close missed the 50 MA. Imagine if you took the class. So sorry about your dog, man. Prayers to you. Hope you get help soon. Bitcoin launch countdown begins in 10, 9. You're funny. That'd be funny if you called the launch immediately. I mean, I longed Bitcoin. You saw me long. I believe we're pumping. When the 15-minute, when the 7-minute, when the 5-minute, when the 1 hour, when the 4 hour, when all these time frames are all low like this, highly likely we're going to move. Does everyone see the white balance? I fixed the white balance. I'm not orange anymore. It's amazing. I made sure to fix the white balance, made sure to change it to the right. And look, there's better. I changed the lighting. I went away. You know what's funny about going away? I came back to my home studio and I just rebuilt it even better. I was away. I was like, hey, why was I putting up with certain things last week? I was like, let me just switch it and make it right. Dude, the shirt's tight and right on me. Liking the shirt. Looking good on camera. No, I'm just not. The white balance looks great. Thank you. Looking chilled, sir. Lighting looks great. Oh, that's why you look like an angel. Exactly. Let's see if the spring plays out. I believe the spring will play out 100%, but you never know. I can't say 100%. There's a huge probability. My back, it's itchy. There's a huge probability that we are going to break out based on the low stochastics, but anything is possible. And it's also based on the bullish divergence. I mean, look how strong it is here on the 7-minute. Swing up, swing down. You're going to get a pop to the upside, and there's even bullish divergence in the 15 and the 1 hour. Is the 1 month today I found cryptolifer by looking for crypto bots. Since then, I never missed a live show, and I learned for free more than I could ask for. Shout out to Borg Safe. I love that, man. 5,600 white balance, exactly, man. 56K, exactly. You could also use it depending on the lumens, you know. Do you use vector candles? I do use vector candles, but just not all the time. Yeah. We believe in life or style. I believe in you, Dominic. Everyone, we're out for the day. It's 12 o'clock. Thank you so much for being here. And here's your last Bitcoin update for the day. So again, Bitcoin has made a bit of a drop. It's in a bit of a bear flag here that dropped to the downside. It's also in a bear flag on the 7-minute. However, we have found bullish divergence on Bitcoin here. Let me open up the chart here. So look, we have bullish divergence on Bitcoin right there. Swing down to swing down, swing up to swing up on the 7. We have it on the 15. We even have it on the 1 hour time frame here. That's a swing down. That's a sharp swing up. And we're oversold on the 1 hour now. Measured move, if we continue to dump, is about 20,591. Hold up here. We are getting the green candle bounce to the upside. I am expecting a bounce here on the 7-minute time frame. Let me take away everything else here. I'm expecting a bounce out of this little bitty flag. The measured move of the bounce is back here to 21,277. We have resistance now at 22,000, 21,000, and 20,909. Yeah, 21,000. And we have resistance here at, sorry. All right, everyone, I'm out for the day. I'm the cryptolifer. Thank you so much for being here. Just going to do a quick Bitcoin update before we get out of here. Bitcoin is in a falling wedge on the 15-minute. Wants to make a break to the upside. It did fall out of the flag to the downside. Measured move for that was 20,572. We didn't go as low as that. We got held up by some divergence. If you look at the 7-minute time frame, you have a swing up on the RSI, but swing down here. That's some bullish divergence. We should get a move to the upside. That's what we're looking at here. The measured move would take you to 21,261. We have resistance that we must break through at 21,000 and resistance again at this next zone here at about 21,171. We also must get above this high volume node sticking out on the VRVP, the visual range volume profile. So we are looking for a move to the upside, but we may very well get rejected by here or here. So we must, basically the bulls must get back above here and candle close at 21,270, 21,300 to remain bullish. If we don't get candles closing above that zone, you can kiss all this movement goodbye. All right. So we're looking at this small, then this is going to get you for the next 2 to 3 hours. From there, you could join the trading group and get the next update. I'll be doing updates throughout the day, keeping you updated with Bitcoin every 2 to 3 hours consistently. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment. I also teach class today. If you want to teach, if you're watching right now and you want to jump in and you want to learn what I'm doing, you want to learn how to make patterns, you want to learn divergences, you want to learn the moving averages, the RSI, the stochastic RSI, and the MACD, I highly suggest you jump on in to learn the language of the charts with me today from 3 to 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. It'll be a Zoom link. I can't wait to see you there for $99. Invest in yourself. You'll keep that investment for the rest of your life. You're not spending anything. You're investing in yourself. That will give you way more than $99. As inflation goes up, what you paid for will go up in value. I'm telling you right now. Everybody, I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Crypto is life, everybody. I'll be back tomorrow for another beautiful live stream. Thank you so much for being here. Words can't express my gratitude to each and every one of you. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the likes. And thank you for caring about the crypto lifer. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll give you my all every single day. Have a great day. Be safe. I got to hit the elevator. I'm going to lunch.